Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on the XY. Before we do today's analysis, guys, just gonna do a quick recap on the XY. So what was our analysis on the XY? If you remember vividly well, I think we're around this area right here, and I was predicting the XY to get to at least my negative 27% fib level. I said there's a possibility that the XY might get to that level before tanking to the upside, right? Because as you can see that we continue to have momentum of a buy, right? I saw this momentum right here, and I said there is a possibility that we might push to the upside overall. But I was predicting some sort of like a retest around this area. So my first TP certainly my negative 27, and my second TP was my 61.8% fib level, because you can see based on my previous analysis that was where we had this break of structure. So I said there's a possibility that we might get there to either tank to the upside or continue to tank to the downside based on how the market plays out, right? But as you can see that we first got to my negative 27% fib level around this area right here, then we tanked to the upside a little bit, right? We still hit this negative 61.8% fib level, but in a different way, because it was actually already pushing to the upside before the weak rejections around that area right there, right? So as you can see that it actually hits my TPs on sell was it, TP on buy was also it. Alright, we can see that we came hit my first TP, which is 102.992, came hit my second TP 103.069, and we finally got to this level right here, which I also explained in my previous analysis, because we can see that we had this break of structure right here, came to the retest that structure, because we haven't retested this break of structure with this candlestick right here for it to get momentum to push to the downside. So we need some sort of like a retest, and we can see that we finally retest around that area, which also kind of aligns with this trend line right here, right? So kind of there's a possibility that we might continue to push to the downside. But like I like to do top down analysis just to make everything more simplifiable for me. So now I'm gonna delete my previous analysis, and let's we analyze the XY based on the current price market that we have. I'm going to delete this trend line as well because I have to redo it. I'm going to delete this as well. Those ones became invalid, so we're going to delete them. This one as well became invalid as well. So now let's go to my bigger time frame and our overall thoughts on the XY, right? Just like we've mentioned before, the XY is certainly pushing to the downside, right? Because we can see this momentum right here. So the only thing that will make us at least buy overall on the XY will certainly be if we break out of this counter trend line right here. But as long as we are below this counter trend line, then certainly it's safer for us to actually see as a sell, right? But like I said, let's be mindful, this is the weekly time frame, right? So we just need to see the overall picture of it, but we can also still buy on a smaller time frame because I am an intraday trader, right? So let's go to my daily time frame and see. We can see that this is my daily time frame, and if you remember really well, right, when we're pushing to the upside, there's still momentum of a sell around this counter trend line right here. So I think this may just be coming up here to give us a possible third touch of the trend line before we see a push to the downside, right? That's a possibility. But like we know that when we hit my 61.8% fib level, just like I mentioned in my previous analysis, that is a momentum for that is a reversal zone. So I was predicting at least for it to come up to this level right here, because that was the first one we had, which was this breakout structure right here. We also have the breakout zone as well. This zone right here was also broken by this beautiful bear candle, right? So I was expecting some sort of like a retest to the upside, and we can see that we're currently around that area to retest the zone and impose a correction, a retest, around the zone for it to at least sort of push to the downside, because we can see that even this momentum right here does not really signifies that the bulls are in the market, right? I still think overall we are still on a downtrend, because this candlestick right here has not given us anything that signifies that the bulls are in the market. So overall, as of right now, I'm still predicting some sort of a push to the downside, right? Let's adjust this right here, and we can see that it's now giving us the third touch, one touch here, second touch here, now third touch, and we know the touch of the trend line amplifies the trend line, and we're expecting some sort of like a push to the downside. So right here I can draw a line right here from here to here. Let's adjust that to, let's go to a more smaller time frame and see. So we can see that we are currently around this zone right here, which is a significant zone around that area. So there's still a possibility for it to actually tank to the upside to give us maybe a possible W pattern. And we know the double top pattern is a reversal chart pattern. So I'm predicting some sort of a move like that for us to continue to push to the downside, right? So because this is a significant area right here, I'm certainly going to draw a zone right here just for us to know that this is a significant area, because we can see based on what we have right here, we've rejected around this area quite a number of times. So there's a possibility that since coming to this level right here, we might reject, like I said, see some sort of like a buy for it to have the momentum to push to the downside. So that is still like my overall thoughts right now based on what I'm seeing. Like, except if it breaks out of this zone right here, right? So for we have to be patient to see the candlestick break out of the zone. If we break out of the zone, then there's a possibility that it might break out of this trend line right here to continue to tank to the downside. That's a possibility. Another possibility is, let's be mindful of this trend line over here, because we might break this zone right here just to retest this trend line and give us a possible third touch of the trend line before tanking to the upside right here, then tanking to the downside. So that's why the market, you have to be open-minded and give different scenarios, because anything can happen. Just like I mentioned, we might come to this zone right here to push to the upside and tank down, or we might still break this level, weak around this area, give us the third touch, push up right here to push to the downside. So either or can happen, so let's be mindful. So let's go to my daily time frame and see what we are looking at right now. We can see based on the candlestick on this daily time frame, like the bear momentum is small, there is no momentum yet. So I think there's kind of like a reversal area right there. Let's use my mini fib just from this point right here to that point, and let's see. I think that will be like a reversal area. You can see that we are currently around my negative 27% fib level, right around that area. So there's a possibility for us to actually push to the upside. Let's change the color. Let me see. Let me change the color of that. Let's go to more smaller time frame. So like I said, it might still push down here to maybe my negative 27% fib level. Let's be mindful of this zone as well for us to actually do right before tanking to the upside. So let's write this zone right here. There's this breakout zone right around this area. Let's just zone. So let's change that to black. So let's be mindful around that area, because we might still get to some sort of like this, right? Before tanking to the upside, then give us M pattern, then push it to the downside, just like I mentioned. right now. Let me see my smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame, if that will give me anything. That is not giving me anything as well. So I'm just gonna stick with my scenarios right now, right? So possibility we might push right to this level right here. That's a possibility, right? And also this part right here, we should be mindful of this area right here because of the imbalance around that area. So let's see. Then we might tank to the down to the upside, like I said, but let's say one step at a time. I'd rather be safe right here. So this can be like a first TP right here, because we might do something like this, come right here to retest this trend line, then tank to the downside. And this is still the M pattern as well. Just like we know, like sometimes the market doesn't just do a straight M pattern, just like the book does. It gives us different shape of M patterns, right? So if you're continuing to push for a buy on the XY, guys, at least this should be our first target. Then if any other thing happens, then we can adjust based on that, right? Because this is where we have the break of structure right here. So that just made sense for it to be like a retest around that area right there. So but like we know anything can happen. We've currently touched this area right here, so this might be some sort of like we are seeing an impulse, a correction, and a continuation should push to the downside. So if we can put through this downside, let's this should be a good target area right there. Should be a good target area for a sell. Even here, to be mindful of this area, let's put one here. Be mindful of this. Just mindful of that as well. So let's see, from here to here will be our TP, and here if we continue, that would be, let's just put our price tag right here. Let's see, 6. Let's put our price tag on this other one as well. So this is my quick thoughts on DXY, guys. Hope you guys find it helpful. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and be patient, guys. Let's see how the market reacts around those areas. Then that will determine our next move. Remember, you don't predict the market, you react to the market. I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Bye.